Hello, the children of God in the four corners of the earth. IGBALA-IKEHIN have a simple revelation to share with all the children of God concerning the will of God. For every child of God that is born on the planet Earth has the will of God given by the Almighty to fulfill his or her God-given destiny. Many of God's children on the planet Earth today fail to obtain or to receive their will of God regarding a particular aspect of life, like in marriage, like in our circular business, or the major assignment we have to do on the planet Earth. The reason why we fail to have our God's will is because of a lifestyle of sin. Many are living with the alternative instead of the will of God because they are falling into sin. They fail God, like Adam. Adam's will of God was to have an eternal life with God by a cordial relationship with God in the Garden of Eden and live by the divine principle that God gave him in order to obtain this eternal life. And at the end of the day, that God will take him the way he took Enoch. But because of sin, he failed God by eating the forbidden fruit in the garden. So God gave him alternative. He was driven out of the garden and he was made to toil and labor before he could fulfill the alternative he chooses as a result of his sin. So many of God's children in the world today were unable to fulfill their ultimate God-given mandate on the planet Earth. Why? Because they have wasted a lot of their time on the planet Earth by toiling with sin. And at the end, so that God's name will not be put to shame over their life, God will give them the alternative. And by this alternative, one can no longer fulfill the ultimate plans of God for one's life. But at least one will be able to live a meaningful life before death. So children of God are advised, our living righteously, pleasing God, living holy, is not to do anybody's good, neither our pastor. We are doing ourselves good because this will help us a lot in pleasing God and helping us to accomplish our God-given mandate on the planet Earth without necessarily going to take the alternative, which is as a result of sin. So the kingdom ministry of IGBALA-IKEHIN is another avenue children of God can learn how to live in the fear of God, which is one of the basic teachings of the kingdom in this end time generation, to prepare all the children of God for rapture by the kingdom teaching principle, and which can be gotten online, on Facebook, and on YouTube through a website that is simply just IGBALA-IKEHIN. When you log into IGBALA-IKEHIN in your Google, you see some of our teachings there. So the children of God are advised to please God. Please, the little life you have come to spend on earth, kindly please God for your own good, that you may fulfill your God-given mandate on the planet Earth. And if you need a counsel or advice from the kingdom, you can simply dial 070-466-46986. God bless you as you